Chukwudi, what exactly is your work? 2 years, you have sold phone, you have sold car, you have sold shoes, and now you are selling furniture. What exactly is your work? Now, are you like Chukwudi, that you have been selling different kind of things? I understand. I'm sure it's because you are trying to make ends meet. Country hard. That is one of the reasons why in the next 100 days, I'm going to be showing you a better way of doing this thing. How you can find purpose, how you can stay and focus on a business and build it and become a huge name. I'm going to be teaching you how to build a successful business. And even if you decide that you want to go online and you want to diversify, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do it. And also I'm going to be fixing that mindset of yours that has been taking you pure. Join me on this 100-day journey. It's absolutely free. Titled Mind and Money. I am going to be teaching you skills that will help you transform not just your mind but also your pocket. Click on the link below to get registered. See you there. You know say too much garri dey cause alcohol, and you know say this your garri wey you dey take na because of Satan. Now, let me show you how you can increase your income. Let me show you ways like stop drinking garri every single day. There are other types of food. There's rice, there's beans, there's chicken, and there's so many other things. But you cannot afford those things if you rely on only one source of income, which is your salary. In the next 100 days, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can make money both from cryptocurrency, forex, and from owning a business. And that is not just all. I'll be adding a bonus on teaching you life skills, how to get out of depression, how to handle breakup, and how to live the best life. If you are interested in turning finance around, click on the link below. Join me on this transformative journey. It is absolutely free. Stop drinking garri every time. Because I said it's free doesn't mean that the link is going to remain open forever. Get on board. I'll see you then.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to yet another powerful episode of the Mind and Money series. Okay, so I'm going to be out of your place very shortly. Today is Sunday, so I have to go and prepare for tomorrow and all of that. But today we are going to continue how we started. Today is day 50. 50 days, right? I want to believe that you have been gaining some form of value. I want to believe you have been gaining some form of value. And if you have, I want to say congratulations. It's not been easy actually. It's not been very easy. It's been 50 hectic days. I mean, 50 hectic days. It's been very, very Jesus is Lord. Okay, so congratulations to Manchester United. I mean, it's been a very, 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 very it's been amazing. It's been tasking, it's been demanding, and all of that, right? But I want to say thank you for being there. Thank you for listening to what it is we have to say, right? So, without wasting much of our time, let us get to the business of today. The laws of growth. Laws of growth. We are going to be looking at growth series, and today we are going to be looking at the principle of the right environment. The principle of the right environment. Now, a lot of people do not understand something, that environment plays a very crucial role in shaping your personal and professional growth. I mean, both your physical, your social, your cultural environment affects you. It influences your behavior, your attitude, your development. So the significance of the environment lies in its power to either hinder or facilitate our progress. Right? So an environment has the power to either hinder or facilitate our progress. Now, let me give you an example. it's a known fact that if you put a shark, like the lion of the sea, if you put a shark that would normally grow as long as 10 feet in a fish tank, that small bowl, it would never grow beyond the size of this environment. Right? It will never grow beyond the size of its environment. Now, it's also a known fact. It's also a known fact that animals that are reared in the zoo and animals that live in the wild are completely two different kind of animals. Yes, they are the same species, but trust me, apart from being the same species, they are different at almost every other thing. Right? Now, you need to understand that this is as a result of environment. Now, do you also know that if you plant, which example would I use? If you go to some places and you see yams that are planted there, and you go to Benue and you see yams that are planted there, you can tell the difference. Now, and the reason is because of the soil. I'm sure we all know that stuffs like apple, apart from somewhere in Jos that I had that we now grow apple in Jos because of the weather. So it's not just the weather, but also the soil. So certain crops will not grow in certain area, and the reason is because of the environment. I don't know if you're following what I'm saying. The same way, you would always find out that children that attend certain schools will always do better than children that attend some other kind of schools. Why is this so? Environment. Because some schools support the learning style and interest. Now, let me give you an instance. If you have a child that is very athletic, he loves playing football, he loves doing all these things, but the school he attends don't have the facilities for that. Guess what? Somebody that doesn't even have the talent, but attend a school where all those facilities are, may do better than him when you put the two of them together. That is to tell you how important environment is. Taking it a little further, you will find out that if you find Nigerians in some parts of the world, you will discover that we are doing amazingly well. Why? Because we have the environment is enabling. We have enabling environment. The things that are prayer points in Nigeria are what the government have answered in certain countries. Right? So, environment plays a very crucial role. A very crucial role for you. And the truth is that growth thrives in a conducive surrounding. According to Mark Cain, he said that the first step towards success is taken when you refuse to be a captive of the environment you first find yourself. The first step towards success is taken when you refuse to be a captive of the environment you first find yourself. A lot of people, you will always hear them say, if not for this one, if not for this one. A lot of people will always lay blames on their background. It's true. There are circumstances that you cannot change. The family you were born into, the area you were born in. You can, okay, just like you getting angry that they born you in Nigeria, that they just born you for Canada, like for say you were a Canadian by now, you know where you for day, or when it's shut up. You can't do anything about it. What can you do something about? Do you understand me? So there is the principle of the right environment. Okay, so when I attended my secondary school, I stayed in a place called Maraba. Maraba, oh Jesus. Maraba, okay, let me even take it a little bit further, right? I was born in a town called Ajegule in Lagos. Yeah, AJ. It's not this Ajegule now. This Ajegule now is tushed. I mean, Ajegule then, like the Ajegule where they used to throw it or be on the road. That one, yes. Then Baba Frayo and Dadishoki then were the MVPs. Yeah. So imagine that I had that ghetto environment. Then from there I moved. And now came to Maraba. So you see, ideally, I'm not supposed to make them. Do you understand? Ideally, I'm not supposed to make them. But there's something you need to understand. At a point in every person's life, there comes a need to change your environment in order to grow. At a point in every person's life, you will always get to that point. Whether the environment is positive or negative, you will always get to that point in your life where you need to change your environment if you must grow. Somebody said something that if you are always at the head of the class, then you are in the wrong class. If every time you are at the head of the class, everybody is looking up to you, or then you are in the wrong class. You need to grow. And growth is synonymous to change. You to grow, you need to change. And you need to start the change by changing not just your environment now, but changing your attitude towards your environment. One of the first things I did when I finished my work was one fateful day, of course, I started reading books. Now, one of the first things I did was one day I went out with a friend, Joshua, and I said, guy, we could go drink, we could go Sheraton. So we went to Sheraton. I mean, nothing long carry me go Sheraton before, apart from church program. But I went there, I sat at the lounge, and I asked them, please, I want a bottle of Coke. And I think then it was 600 naira. I said, Coke, 600? In my area, now 50 naira, they sell out. In my area, it was 50 naira. Then my friend asked for a glass of juice. 600 too, a glass of 5 Alive. The whole 5 Alive rubber was 200. Now, but I sat there. I drank the 600 naira Coke. That means I paid over 10 times the value of a bottle of Coke. But I was not drinking the Coke because the Coke was tasting better than what I would drink in Maraba. I went to that place to take that Coke so I can condition my mind to start being comfortable to paying for luxury, to start being comfortable paying and not just thinking, well, they won't cheat me. I was paying for the ambience. I wanted to condition my mind. Similarly, there was also a day I just said, oh, babe, come, let's go out. Went to Transcorp. Say, order anything. It was a buffet. Chop what you want to chop. And when we finished and I paid the bill, she wanted to ask me how much. I said, don't ask. Because I know that immediately I say, this is the price. But for use and do this, for use and do this, for use and do this. Yes, there are a lot of other things we could have used the money for. But I was intentionally changing my attitude towards money. So for you to change your environment, you must start by changing your attitude. You need to understand something. It is possible to change without growing, but it's impossible to grow without changing. I'll say that again. It is possible to change without growing, but it is impossible to grow without changing. First, change your mind. And when you are, another thing you need to understand is for you to change your environment, there are a few things you need to understand. One, you need to assess your current environment in order for you to actually change to grow. Right? You're starting by changing your attitude. And the next thing you want to do is to assess your current environment. Because it's only when you assess your current environment, you can make the right changes. Now, let me tell you something. The change of your environment is not only the house, it's not only the Maraba Junction or the Ajegule or the Mushin. That's not the only thing you need to change. Listen, the right changes is what you need. And the right changes starts from the music you hear. It's part of your environment. Because there are areas you live, and once you wake up, the first song you are hearing is give me da 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 da. I mean, you wake up and the song that they are playing is Igbo. Pass me the Rizla and the Ganja. Me, I want feel. Before you know what is happening, you will be looking for Igbo and the Rizla. The next thing you need to work on is your thoughts. What are the things that fuel your thoughts? Then the next thing you need to assess are your friends. Your friends. Next thing you need to assess is what do you do for leisure? All these things are a part of your environment. The next thing you need to assess is your memories. There are certain memories that you should consciously kill. Next thing you need to assess is the books you read. The books you read. The next you need to attend your family members. There are some of your family members that you should know, some of your cousins and uncles and the rest that are always talking down on you. There are some people you should shut your ear. Then the next thing is what feeds your soul. Very important. Some of you need to change church. It's an environment. You need to change church. There was a time I was attending a church and almost every service we were killing devil. Every service, Sunday midweek, was about killing the devil. So the devil was too glorified to me in that kind of service. And I felt I needed more. You see, you need to understand, you cannot be a world changer if everything that is in your mind is that somebody is pursuing you. Change your environment. What feeds your soul? Change the people you listen to. Now, also, you need to learn something. Remember I said you need to change your attitude. And changing your attitude means you are changing yourself alongside your environment. Let me tell you here, if you change yourself without changing your environment, your growth will be very slow and very difficult. If you change your environment and you don't change yourself, Your growth will be very slow, but it may be less difficult. Because the truth is, your environment will affect your growth by over 80%. Statistics have it. A lot of people that fall into so many vices is environment. It's environment. I mean, if you are living in a gated compound and all of that, and the only few times you have friends are people that come to play PS5 and the rest of them, compared to you are living in Maraba, every Tom, Dick, and Harry is doing curtis, they are shaking, they are giving claw, they are shouting who goes you, who comes you, and all of that. The chances of you start speaking all those funny things will rise. And before you know, you will now start following them and be shouting who goes you, who comes you, where cometh you from, where goeth thou. Before you know, you have found yourself in something you have no idea about. So if you change your environment and you don't change yourself, yes, your growth will be slow, but it will be less difficult. But if you want to grow faster and more successful, you need to change both yourself and your environment. Now, when you want to change your environment, there are certain things you must ensure exist in that environment. Number one, are there other people ahead of you? See, you want to be very wary of a place where you are the champion. Because for you to grow, you need other people ahead of you. You need other people ahead of you. Because it will motivate you. And that's the second thing. Are you continuously challenged in that environment? Are you continuously challenged in that environment? In that environment, are you focused forward or you are focused backward? Does the atmosphere give you hope? Is it affirming? Right? Is it affirming? When you are in that environment, are you always in your comfort zone? Now, if you hang around me for too long, you work with me for too long, you cannot always be in your comfort zone because I will always put you on your toes. So, are you always in your comfort zone? If you're always in your comfort zone, check again. Because at certain times, if you must grow, you must leave your comfort zone. In that environment, is failure an enemy? Is failure an enemy? Very important. In that environment, are other people growing? In that environment, is growth expected? Right? Because one of the things you want to make sure exists in that environment is that it's just like if you want to plant, you want to ensure that you are planting in the right soil, not just the right soil alone, the right air. Not just the right air, the right climate. Remember I said apple, it's not just the soil that will make apple not grow. It's the climate. The climate, it has to be at certain temperature. Certain temperature. The right air is also very important. Then the right soil. And if you're going to consider these three things in your environment as a human being, because they are not planting you. They are not planting you in the right environment. We are looking for the right environment for you to grow. So when we talk about the right soil, we are saying in that environment, do you have what nourishes you? Can that environment sustain you? If you have changed small, can that environment ensure you are sustained? Very important. Right? Now, another thing we now need to look at, if you're changing your environment, who do you spend your time with? Who do you spend your time with? Statistics have it that we become a combined average of the 5 people that we hang around with the most. The 5 persons you hang around with the most, you become an average of them. Right? You become an average of the 5 persons you hang around the most. Now, let me tell you something. You will be the same person you are today in the next 5 years, except for 2 reasons. One, the people you associate yourself with and the books you read. You will be the same person you are today in the next 5 years, except for what? 2 reasons. The people you associate yourself with and the books you read. If you have any intention to grow, young man, young lady, associate yourself with the right people. Keep company with good men, and you will increase their number. I'll say it again. Keep company with good men, and you will increase their number. What does that mean? It means you will become a good man. And trust me, it is not always comfortable to keep company with people ahead of you, but it is always profitable. It's not comfortable because sometimes it will look like they're talking down on you. It will look like these guys are way ahead. It's not always comfortable. But I can tell you, it is always profitable. And should I tell you something? Whatever change or course of action you decide upon, there is always someone to tell you that you are wrong. And this is according to Ralph Waldo Emerson. I'm sure you know him. That whatever course or change you decide upon, there is always somebody that will tell you that you are wrong. Let me tell you something. If you must grow, you must intentionally, you must intentionally change your mindset, change yourself, change your environment. And very importantly, you want to ensure that your new environment is challenging. Your new environment is challenging. Take time today and decide who are the 5 persons I hang around with the most. That will give you a clear picture of who you are going to become. That will give you a very vivid picture of who you are going to become. What kind of books do I read? If you are always watching porn and reading porn, well done. What kind of songs do I listen to? If all the song you are listening to is heartbreak song, well done. If all the song you are listening to is Igbo, there's one stupid song. Hell, Chimo, your boyfriend want to suck my thing. Like, what in heaven's name is that? And that's the kind of song that's always in your mouth. Change your environment. Change what you listen to. Change what you listen to. Change the books you read. Change the people you hang around. If you have any intention of growing, of seeing yourself grow, make these changes today. Be intentional about the books you read. It's part of your environment. A seminarian lost his daughter and was on a voyage on a ship. Then he read one book, The Theory of the Origin of Species. And it came up, a seminarian who said God did not create man. The man came from ape. How would somebody that was attending Bible school in a period of grief read one book and went on to propound a law that man came from ape? That's how powerful your environment can be. Books are part of your environment. What you watch is part of your environment. Your thoughts is part of your environment. Your church is part of your environment. You need to be very intentional about it. So this is where we are going to bring this meeting to a close. Ensure your new environment is challenging. Right? So I want to believe you have gained some form of value. And if you have, of course, you know what to do. Share this video, tell your friends about it, and all of that. I am sure it will bless somebody. Right? So, thank you very much for being with me from day 1 to day 50. From day 1 to day 50. Okay, so I can see some persons are live. Now, if you are live, please drop a comment. Drop a comment in the comment section. If you are live, drop a comment in the comment section. I may just have a surprise for you. Drop a comment in the comment section. I may just have a surprise for you. Drop an emoji, something. I know not a lot of persons are online, but the few persons, I want to be able to see the persons that are online. Drop an emoji in the comment section. I'm going to be like, okay, Mr. Henry, I can see you. My sweet wife, I can see you. Of course, my powerful PA has always been there. Yeah. Okay. So day 50. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I owe you guys a gift. And the gift to be unveiled in the course of this program. Thank you for always being there. Right? So that's where we are going to bring this meeting to a close. Tomorrow, we continue with business therapy. And I think tomorrow we are going to be, oh, Jesus. Tomorrow should be dealing with debt. So we are supposed to have a guest tomorrow. I hope you can join us. I really hope you can join us. And for next week, we are supposed to have 2 guests. I really hope they can be a part of this meeting. There's going to be a lot of guests in this second half. But I really hope they will join, because, I mean, it's not very easy pulling people out. All right, so until I come your way again tomorrow, thank you very much for giving me your time, and God bless you.